changes for C9.
I like
What
that.
does that mean here?
I think
I liked what the guard used to do. It was the after plant stuff that was on A. Like they used the brim really well.
And the challenge should come
But that so that brim usage on a map that we normally don't see actually had like a lot of thinking behind it. Whereas like it was at least it was visually obvious to see the game plan of how it works. Right, it kind of just counters the G2 plan where you play after plants. Whereas that brim we just saw, although I don't think it was the reason they lost, it wasn't obvious what the actual plan of it was. Okay, C9 on defense, G2 on attack. Mid control and short push elbow. No way, the timing on that's crazy. Just some sound of mid got made here. Oh my god.
We talked about Giuliano, but it's still going to be the young gun and the veteran, but it's answered back by Mel.
Holy hell.
G2 now opening the B site and running in.
Super low HP. If the server can somehow get one, then it's doable. Right, we'll tune into this map. So first map, C9 very dominant on their own map. Let's see if G2 can do the same. Okay, Bob's actually going to go into an area that has a chance of winning this. Nice knife. Good information.
G2 absolutely aware at this point.
It's just time to duel now. And Bob was looking for that first contact, but I love it. Smart here for G2. Play your numbers, play the pulse by. Nice flash to come out too.
Dude, good carry, you too.
And that just lowers the percentage rate for Bob to try to clutch.
Dude, Mimi's so good on this map, I swear.
Very nice on that pulse plant to win the pistol.
Exactly, such good utility to even secure it there at the end. And again, we've been seeing these combinations coming out from these players just in tandem, right? A flash with the knife or spacing with the Hunter's Fury. Beautiful stuff to really capitalize off all the pressure that these players are applying. And man, just almost a recovery, a little bit of a whiff in the beginning, and then just G2
doing the switcheroo. Yeah, Bacon, you're getting your fix out. I like it. Theo, what's up, dude? Thank you so much. 2 months. Did I read the patch notes? Yeah. They're fine. Hub is still awful,
but again, after the pulse
but
plant,
it's a start.
Was nice and clean. And this round already contact now towards mid. A save round for C9, but still damage in favor of the defense.
Yeah, that's some decent damage. It is onto the Reyna, unfortunately,
Yeah.
who's able to just kind of suck her life
Nice
back
push.
up to
Jet
full, but
does not have a smoke for this. So although they're going to see the trip, Jet does not have a smoke. Can't do anything. It's got to break it, create pressure. Now I imagine they instantly... So what's probably going to happen is they should instantly go back and gamble. Because this reaction is going to come in. But the G2 reaction was really fast. I'm liking this. G2's mid control is really good. It was really good in the game before as well.
Stop it. You stop it right now.
Yeah, this is a big buy. So every death that actually comes in here is pretty huge. They want to keep this as clean as possible, and there's one death. But out of all the guns to go down, this was the best one.
Let's try to see how much more damage we could do here, though. We activate the dash for Jazikin, trying to see if they could salvage anything up here. Marshall available, spot it now, Glance, looking for a pre-fired shot. Glance,
I was going to say, I thought they might get an accidental one there.
That is not going to be a weapon that's going to be able to get saved. Last two now, at the arches, at the wall.
Okay, not too bad at all from G2, only losing one. They do have to rebuy armor, but they buy a lot of rifles, and they only lost the Marshals, so that's absolutely fine. Let's we'll just highlight this just to see what they buy. Op comes out on towards Mel as well, so huge round, very good buy from G2 in terms of a bonus, so this was kind of nice. Makes a lot of sense on this map to get so many Bulldogs as well, so I like that. Looking like we're going to have some kind of fast split here. Again, Reyna, I do think it's Unreal on Tube. I think the flashes should be really good. Let's see how much of it we see.
To the other. So once you have that inkling, once you have that info that the enemies are working one part of the map, you can kind of do that process of elimination as the defender. So definitely looking to see what kind of info Alexis is able to get. Mel gets taken out. She misses the shot.
At least Jazikins is there, but the op is down and out in the open. We're trying to fight back with the
Reyna
split for
and
G2
Tube
as we
nice,
open the
I'm
door.
telling you.
And there is that flash that we're talking
Trade?
about from the Reyna. But Katsumi at the bottom
Okay,
of the bridge.
none of them pick up the op.
Okay,
Okay, Mimi picked up the op, so we're going to get a plant here. No one gets their ult or anything. Okay.
The wall is already down, so she's got to be good for this.
Trip goes down, so this flank makes a lot of sense. Okay, that is the op that just went down. That's a crazy shot.
It's almost at a point where they just want to make it expensive for G2. If they're going to forfeit the round on a 3-2, it's going to
Someone
be
on G2 has to go huge. I think Bob should win this round. What's the timing like?
Because that clock is ticking down. ADSing
That
with
was
the
nice.
shot. Katsumi gets the kill, but that's Juliana.
Juliana
also
has
at
to...
orange. She had a great spot in the fourth position.
Oh, the timing was
Looks
almost
for
on
the
here.
last two. As somehow the communication wasn't there.
Oi, 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 oi. That was crisp. Okay, that's massive. Bonus round 1. Money gets low over towards here. They're on 2-7 loss bonus.
But they had every opportunity to win that round, right? And patience again, almost paying off for Cloud9. But Juliano, she's just as confident as we thought, man.
Yeah.
That Reyna, it is absolutely paying off. The raid boss Reyna can be absolutely terrifying if you're on the other end of things.
I still kind of want to know what happened there in that communication when Bob was just flipping
the
through,
comms felt a
utility,
little bit
flipping
off,
through the guns,
for sure.
and that allowed Juliano to just get those opening last two.
But it was
Quite
nice.
Intriguing, but that
it was nice.
at least puts G2 at a 3-0 and C9 White on an eco.
2-9, yeah. Wait, what did I do? Did I say 2-7?
Good for one, gets immediately traded out, and that stopping power towards B is no longer there. Alexis all alone. Just those light weaponry as well. Just a couple of sheriffs.
I said 2-7. Okay.
Alexis has been so
Yeah, it's been a
deadly.
while.
She's been biding her time and her confidence. This would be the moment.
Thanks for keeping me in check, chat. We like that.
That B site hiding into the shadows doesn't work out. Mel trying to do something with a headhunter, but this eco that comes out from C9 unfortunately won't do as much damage as C9 expected.
Okay, clean again. They are going ecos B a lot of the time again. This just seems like a general calling thing for G2 at the beginning of games where they literally ecos go one site, buys go the other. I know it's super early, but it seems like something that they do a lot.
They're already 4-0 up, and this KO ultimate. That means
okay, massive rounds, and they have some really good ults for it. Probably going to see the Reyna, I'm not sure.
But definitely on the go.
I feel like C9 have to kind of shut down shoot. It feels like a nightmare to play against the Reyna.
As we're looking at the positioning though, Mel is
Knife goes in close, nothing here. Drone. We're going to insta-ult and just hit this. Reyna flash goes in. Dude, look at it. It's so nice. Yeah, that's a kill through the smoke, but the res is possible. So res we were talking about, Bob did great. Just made sure that she actually just knew where the line was. Just carried on popping. Okay, so it's 3 on 5.
Getting a nice timing. Now the drone finally
But
is going to pinger. This will allow Bob to get the wall bang. Well, I guess some sort of a wall bang. It's through the toxic screen as the spike falls. 2 more to go. You mentioned it. It's Juliana.
Yeah, that angle from stairs is just so good, isn't it? I swear, you can get so many kills just spamming that the whole time.
But it still could allow Juliano to get a pick.
That is a crazy round from Bob. Good damage. Can she do it again?
Juliano is able to replenish her HP just a little bit, but it's a 3 versus 1, and Cloud9 are so good at not over-peaking, not being overzealous.
Cuba, what are you doing?
As disciplined as ever, and Juliano is going to come into 2 crosshairs right here.
That's exactly it, but she gets the kill onto Alexis. A 2 versus 1.
Ooh, she's looking kind of sharp. This was
we felt it at some point.
she actually made this possible somehow. Nice run from C9. Good run from Bob.
You will eat that up every Tuesday of the week.
A lot of ults coming on here, so C9 can start actually getting a few. Money's relatively... yeah, it's alright. He gets reset back to 1-9.
Get these kills clean before G2 is able to even make any space. And this readjustment coming out here for Bob after this clean kill to go behind these Ivy area is just everything.
Yeah, and the flexibility as well of this team for C9. The patience is so good. You know, we always talk about Bob. Okay, awesome here on a Silva, but this time it's actually Katsumi that's playing it, right?
Is Reyna ult just that bad that you don't want to use it? So when Scream used to play Reyna in the early days, I say the early days, like literally the first year, he never wanted to ult because you shoot too fast. And he literally, no joke, he mains an agent where he hated the ult with the agent.
Information gained. Alexis,
so we had to actually force him to use the ult.
So aggressive.
That is
again, has
legit.
all of that Hall's control and is giving that information over towards her teammates, sees that trip, and We can expect to see some rotations coming through here for Cloud9.
Like that if you're vandaling, yeah, that's pretty much because he would vandal all the time.
Off that trip.
Yeah. Pings are even coming out just to make sure we knife out towards the back of the site for G2. It's going to be a great opening, especially with that kill.
Keep an eye on the Jet. The Jet can win this.
Towards the arches. Petra falls.
The Jet can definitely win
right
this.
after.
If the Jet
So
somehow
the
decides to
offers
go
for both
window,
teams go to
okay,
work.
well.
Flank from Jazzy finally coming.
What's the timing like here? How many? One?
Just barely goes
Two?
past the corner, and Jazzy's rewarded because of it.
Wait, this is so good. Now to stay alive.
Dash to spot Glance as well, and that's going to be Glance by herself. Now with this Vandal, looking for this duel win, but there's only 18 seconds left, so trying to make the best out of the opportunity to at least win this duel against Jazzikins, and it works out. After that, more econ damage if you can. But 3 players all over here for C9, and that's a perfect contact to swing out. C9 puts 2 on the board.
Oh, if you're C9, I'm sweating the
Jesus,
I'm
Baker.
wiping the sweat off my forehead.
What was that one
Yeah,
for?
and we got
I didn't
AC
see
here.
that.
That was tough. Yeah, that was a tough round to win. And man, this flank from Jazzikins was absolutely everything. Without this B site is just completely gone.
Yeah.
It was deserved?
G2 are
Okay, okay.
completely
No, it's
controlling
fine. If you
all
guys
of
think
that
it's
mid
deserved, it's
area. And
deserved.
even though Jazzikins has pushed down that halls, I believe this is the 3rd round in a row. At this point now, G2 are already talking to themselves and saying, hey, we can't let her push down halls anymore. So C9 need a different winning strategy in order to be able to consistently put rounds on the board here.
When the trolling goes
Yeah,
too
that's
far,
putting
it
Jazzikins
happens.
At that halls with the operator
Okay,
at the beginning
let's
of
tune
this
back into
round.
this.
Meanwhile, though, we have another push from Mel, so a double op setup here for Cloud9 White.
Okay,
Op
mid
shot
control again
misses.
for G2. A lot of the
Release some
time it
information
feels
there that
relatively free
it's
for
been
them.
very
Interesting to have a
passive for
trip here. We don't
G2
really
at the
see
beginning of
this
the
trip.
round.
Mel
All of them
should
now
be fine for this shot
congregating
off angle at the
towards
top.
passive
Yeah,
mid,
nice from Mel.
where it doesn't work out on the op
Alexis
for
does
Mary,
actually
and
get
the op
tagged there,
battle
but trade
comes in
came in.
favor of Mel.
And now we're probably going to have to group and hit site. And as we can see, dude, they are playing so far back.
Take her chances as well. That's a lot of information. I believe she did spot that KO.
Pretty much just fine to play retake with this wall, I imagine. This Molly, do you reckon this Molly's on purpose? So this Molly must be on purpose, right? So the Molly goes here, and then it creates a gap where you can go by, but it's the same gap that you can just spam through stairs. It's so nice. It's so smart.
2 clean shots, a win, a Prime Gaming flawless.
You love to see it. That's a feel-good round.
Numi Mayo, what's up, dude?
Absolutely a feel-good round. You were 0-4 down, and you were able to hit a couple of clean shots like that, and now all of a sudden, your teammates can absolutely
Let's see it.
vibe off you.
What do you reckon, chat? This Molly on purpose?
Dominant in the first
We should
part
see it
of
here.
this first
Yeah, it
half,
has to
and
be. It has to be.
slowing down just a little bit, but as I say that,
That's
they've
so
got the
nice.
ultimates online
Mo
coming through
Molly
for this
lineup
next one.
always gets to the
Really
left and then just
bounce
taps.
back.
It feels
yeah.
like that's right.
Down A. One enemy remaining.
That's super smart.
From that fumble to now the clean rounds, making it very difficult now for G2 on the attack.
Okay, money is now getting really low. I'm going to start circling money in terms of G2. They have a good start, but money is now money's getting there. So
to capitalize on that macro control that's given away by G2.
Yeah, exactly. Giuliano, though, this time, she does not want those shenanigans. She's going to take her chances solo, taking over this Hall's control as her team gets mid. They've been able to get all of this mid almost for free this entire half. So Giuliano, this timing, there's no trip.
dude, is Bob just out aiming everyone?
Bob getting 2 kills off screen, so that mid control, it looks like it's always going to be open here for G2, but it's just continuous beautiful crossfires and aiming down long sights that comes in favor here of Cloud9 already at a 3-player advantage. A flash coming out to get information courtesy of Alexis.
And you can see Mel already holding that line of sight.
Dude,
right
yeah, I
on her
imagine the
side.
mainstream is crazy.
This is perfect.
Mimi, Mel knows. Mel
Yeah,
knows all.
Exactly. Mimi thought she had the timing and could assist her teammate.
Hoi, oi, oi, oi. That
That's
was
a
nice.
flick.
Of the day?
Potentially.
But if not confirmed to Prime Gaming flawless, that's what, 2 in a row so far for Cloud9 White. So we're starting to see that they're feeling confident, especially
You
with this
sent it on
double op
WhatsApp?
setup against G2.
Yeah, exactly. A little bit of breathing room, right?
Yeah.
And if you're Cloud9, you absolutely need that. Not just in the server for frags, but
Yeah,
for the
that's
money
fair.
side of things, right? You talked about Prime Gaming Flawless, all 5
I get
members
it,
up.
but-
That's a lot of cash, and
Oh,
you
yeah.
need that cash to be able to close out the rest of this half. It would be incredible if you're Cloud9 to be able to close this one out, potentially 7-5.
Okay, forces them onto an eco
potentially
now.
So
We
for
have 1 hero
G2,
gun.
I'm expecting potentially
Recon doesn't get
time out
shot
and
over
then
towards
into the
middle, so
next
full
shutdown.
information over towards middle.
Probably
Knife
need
goes
that
in on the
indeed.
top. Hey, this is a nice
Now,
knife.
hero rifle
The
for
very nice
Mary
knife, actually.
into this round. Owl drone shot away by Mel, so no pink Hunter's Fury to come
And I
out.
guess you
That's gonna
can't
make
shoot
things
unless you're
a
on top
little
of
bit more
here.
difficult for G2
Maybe
to
you could
add
shoot
that
it from back
aggression
here.
and move in.
No.
But they move in with the power numbers once again. But Alexis
Oi.
lines up.
Okay,
One
actually
of
think
4 kills into the round.
this is
and
doable.
somehow it becomes a 2 versus 1.
Nice. Dude,
Giuliano, she was
Bob
eyeing
is
for that
hitting
gun, but it
everything.
got stopped by Bob real quick.
And thankfully
Pick up the op as
so,
well.
man. I swear, when you see that
It was a
Reyna
good
coming through,
Exactly.
it can get
It was a good
pretty
eco.
dicey,
Alexis
so beautiful shot
getting the
for
usual
Bob,
multi
and,
kills.
you know, we
Been
talked about it
relatively
in
quiet
NA
in
a
this
little bit,
game
but
up until
the
then.
fact that Bob is able to really just change her role on a fly, on a dime like that, it's fantastic. Flexing ability for
Oh
Cloud9,
yeah, that would have
right? You
been
see
so
Bob now on
nice
the Viper
getting the last one.
instead of her normal agent on the Sova, but tell us, Mel. Yes, don't go to their sites. Let them know, Mel, for sure. Absolutely. They're feeling good, man.
Oh yeah,
They're
they
feeling
definitely
really
looks like they're
good.
feeling good for sure, and that's why this timeout is much needed here. Called out by Carcass, the coach of G2, to see how they
That's
can
so
discuss
funny.
things out. 25 seconds left to figure out how they can open up the sites. Everything's a lockdown here from C9.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, Glance has been holding on to this Viper ult here for quite some time. I'm expecting to see something off of this, right? We'd mentioned the Hunter's Fury on Petra's back. We need to see both of these ultimates going down. Generally speaking, on the attack side,
Yeah,
we
course
don't really
keeper.
see a
Course,
lot
course.
of Viper ultimates making impact in the beginning of the rounds, but usually in the mid-round. Usually when things are slowing down a little bit, you're able to maybe
Carcass.
drop it down without any teammates in A main and really just apply a
used to
little
brack
bit of
against him a lot.
pressure,
Yeah.
manipulate some of those rotations. So definitely looking to see G2 use both of these ultimates no matter what coming into this round.
That seemed to be the issue. When you're able to have at least
I think
numbers
he's,
of enemies getting to
I
the
think he's
site to pop up
relatively
the
keen,
Viper's
the
pit,
G2
but
coach,
they've been losing
because
a lot of these players
at least when I look at
themselves,
Icebox, they
G2,
have a
when they're
lot
trying
of
to
cool
get some
stuff.
early map control. So that timeout, you got to figure out how you're going to be able to keep your players alive on these hits. Or
And let's
least
see if
on
the
first
pause had any
contact.
impact. So
And it looks to
lost
be
a lot in a row.
an A split into this round.
Going for the A split that has been working, but yeah,
You have the
boy,
Owl drone that can
that
work out with the Hunter's Fury, and there's no KO on the other end to stop you.
Absolutely, these Lears are putting a lot of
this is
pressure
nice.
on Mel. G2
Yeah,
are able
but they need
push
to
her
get
back.
out of this.
Job done, and Katsumi under a lot of pressure.
Elise gets that first one, got her one. Giuliano answers back, and there's that Hunter's Fury that we talked about. A blind ult that came out, but
Wow.
Jazzikins, nice shot there onto
Yeah,
Mary.
really nice
Recon
shot.
dart just to keep her at bay at the doors for now.
Giuliano needs to kind of just stay alive, but
a battle
holy
ensues
hell.
towards Orange, and that's Giuliano, her favorite spot on this map. Answered back by Mel
Dude,
with the headshot as well
Giuliano,
from the
yeah, I
Vandal.
get why she was
Glance
feeling confident
dancing
there, but
inside the pit, welcoming the rest of C9 into her world, into this Viper's pit, spawning one at the doorway.
She's
double molly,
time
so this
on
is
her
very
side.
doable.
Spike is ticking away. The onus is on Cloud9 to make the move. They've got to make it into this Viper's pit, and I love the positioning from Glance.
Now we got time. Snake.
Oh my god, there's no way, there is no way that first bullet hit the person
Just
behind.
perfectly
There is
lined up
no
together, and
way.
their HPs are already decaying, right? So Glance, she doesn't even have to aim there. Beautifully
Dude, I need to
done.
see it in slow-mo,
Really
it's
capitalizing
crazy.
off the kit of Viper, but what an execute coming here for
Dude,
Giuliano.
Petra
We
needs to
talked
aim
about
up on the
Lears.
ults, they're killing me. She's
And
ulting
it's
feats a
little
lot of
bit
the time.
underrated, right? You don't expect it to have that much
Damn, that
pressure,
shot's
but Mel
nuts.
couldn't shoot
What is
anything.
this?
She couldn't see anything. All of her shots were going
No,
to
give me the
deny
POV,
the
surely.
Lears, and that was all the space G2 needed. With
I
that
wanted to
much
see
pulse
slow-mo
control,
POV, it was
they can have
madness.
a lot of fun in that A site.
And when
Oh.
you have moments where
We've
the
all been
first
there.
execute for the trades is quite nice for G2, but when they lose those fights, you still have heroic players such as Giuliano to just play that A side on her own on the pulse plan. This round, though, you saw that little bit of a mishap, a little bit of a mistake. The poison cloud that missed towards the door.
It missed.
Exactly. But it still allowed a save there on the top where Mimi could actually move out. So
You know
we'll
what?
take it.
Yeah,
we'll take
you know
it.
what? If you're Glance, you're saying that was absolutely
They
calculated.
cleared,
Well,
they cleared
I
middle
blocked off
pretty
that
fast.
vision for you, but I like this move for
Even
Mel,
though
right?
even though
Right
Mel
off the
put pressure here,
beginning,
they cleared this
being
pretty
very
fast. They are now
proactive,
walking
looking
into.
for these
Dude, they.
duels. She wants
It
to
feels
take
like they have
this
some
round
kind of read
into
over
her
because
own
look at
hands, but
this.
G2, decent response.
Such
The
a heavy
flash
stack over
didn't
towards.
make its mark. Oh, uncharacteristic miss.
But Alexis is still there for
Ooh.
support. There's that trade-off, but already Petra's there. Katsumi already at the wall too, but
There's
she's by
actually-
herself, looking to potentially fall back, wait for her teammates to move
Actually
forward,
some
but
misses here.
unfortunately gets caught through the toxic screen. Off to the decay, falls to her death. Bob
So the pause from G2 is pretty good, especially if they win 2 in a row.
If she can get an early pick, but this position on the top of mid from Mimi, quite important.
Jazzykins, it looks like she does have a bit of a read. It looks she wanted to clear it, but the timing is beautiful for Mimi. Taking that time to just kind of swing
nice
out,
round, and they have some good ults for the last year.
This B site has been a bit of an issue here for Cloud9.
Was that the first ult that Giuliano's done?
That's tough.
Yeah.
That's tough if you're Mel.
And but I want to talk about this actually.
Maybe I missed it in the other rounds, but did she save it the whole time? And it was second in the end? Okay, I can't remember the first one. I felt like every time I looked over at her POV, she at least had it up.
To move into that split into the B site, but somehow it was left so passively for C9 and it was capitalized by G2.
Yeah, G2 really taking that time as soon as Mel forced that TP away. They had all that control. I think it's a good point, Vance.
Yeah, they're really going back to the honestly, not every time, but majority of the time they have such reads. Look at this. As soon as this smoke goes down, they know that it's this, I swear.
Look again for a mid to A split.
Look how heavy they're playing for this area.
Pressure once again from Giuliano with the Reyna on the top of their door.
Where did that Lear go? I think it might have missed the mark. Kasumi has an inkling, but there's a lot of pressure towards Halls. The communication's coming through, and she's good for the pick.
And a null command also to take control.
Okay, so they faked. Look at this. This is actually really nice. They faked A with the KO ult. They leave. Okay, so Flash does go in, so they do get information of this. This is too much. That's too much. Dude, they should have just been happy that they got the site.
Thinking that she had the time.
Like the idea of this round was great, but C9 kind of handled this well. The flash to here to know that this person's here was great.
Here comes the first trade. Headhunter, the re-heal, 58 HP. Mel looking to battle back, and as she runs out the door, Alexis greets her at the bottom of the staircase, but the action's not done yet. Spike has been planted, and another player falls towards B.
This kills everything.
3 players alive now for C9, make that 2.
It's actually really doable. Mary's watching this good angle. Nice jump peek. If Bob gets close to the spike, does have her ult. Okay. Does have her ult.
Looked like it was gonna go down, but
yeah,
it doesn't. It's just
not
ticking
gonna
away.
happen. Yeah, not even a halfway. Oh. The least you could do here is do a little bit of damage. Put that at least into your pocket, Bob, for those 2 kills.
Actually tended to be a really nice half from G2. The pause is really good. Ever since the pause, they won all 3 rounds from it. Definitely shout out to Giuliano. Not even just the kills, but like I know the Flashes didn't actually get any assists, but it just helped them get so much space.
And because of this, they couldn't defend the B site, right? So the game plan for G2 right now, it just seems to be all on Giuliano's back as far as the pressure goes.
Exactly, and if it's Giuliano on one side, it's also Mary on how she's able to open up towards that mid take. So it looks pretty clean. A 6-6 on the first half, now a 7-5, or sorry, on the first map, and now a 7-5 on the second map. Let's see what Giuliano could do with this Reyna, and what Ender thinks about it at the desk.
Yeah, it's a relatively normal half with the pistol going to them.
My job, trying to ask questions on the desk. We're gonna get to that in a second. But and how fun is it to watch these 2 teams play against
Oh my gosh, the on-cam reactions are insane. Like you have Mel jumping out of her chair, like never come to our site, get out of here. And then you have Mimi with the best like facial expressions, looking straight into the camera.
I don't take sides. What is this?
To watch 2 teams that not only are just cracked out,
and then when you clip in that,
but also giving us a show.
Yeah, I mean, both these teams definitely playing it really, really close, but the reactions are honestly the best part.
Asuna Reyners or Scream Reyners? Dude, I've watched, I'm too biased. When you see Scream in practice use Reyna, it's just like, you see him do some mad stuff. So I'm always going to say Scream.
She did something like, oh, okay, no, here we go. Here it comes. I love it. Like,
I love that. Look at her.
Absolutely great. It's like she's just staring at the camera at all times. I just absolutely love. Like, what is this? What is this?
Oh my
she thinks she's at like a photo shoot or something, like giving all the different poses.
Oh, the Uwu.
Incredible.
Have to end it with that. But yeah, Mimi's having a lot of fun. But on the other side, I gotta say, Athena,
Covert, what's up?
It's working finally.
I know, like I really want to see Giuliano kind of keep up this pace that she's at, because on that defense or on that attack side, she was doing great.
Mima.
Compared to how she was playing against Crew, she actually was popping off. I mean, on Crew, she had 9 kills on first half, but now she's at that 16 kills, almost double of what she was doing.
Would there be any odd
actually
comps
ended up using her
in
gears
Team
perfectly,
Liquid now?
countered the ops. It went
I guess
really,
wait
really
and
well.
see.
And so going forward, she really has to keep up this kind of momentum on her
Look,
rate. She
people,
still has to play it aggressive,
people,
especially on the defense side, just
people
to make
love
sure that
comps
they
a
have
lot,
that
so
space and
we'll see.
deny the Jet running
Bacon
in
likes
and
doing
everything
some random
else.
stuff.
I'm sold on the Reyna.
They decided to bring out
I'm
Phoenix
here
on
for
Breeze,
it.
so
love
I
the
feel like
mirrors, and now on
maybe.
defense, taking out those early fights, she's got to be big.
Well, Vans, I hope you're satisfied.
But I do
with
think I like that.
answer. Let's see if G2
I'm just saying that as an
can win the second
example,
half.
Bacon. That didn't. There was no shade there. I went on record that I liked the Phoenix on Breeze. I'm just saying that they like to try stuff still.
We've seen it before during the replays, during the stats that you see powered by AWS. That Giuliano and the rest of G2 have been flawless on this map since October.
Okay,
Looking good,
C9
looking
now on
good. They're
attack,
gonna need to
G2 on
start with this
defense,
pistol
double
to
bounce recon.
ride that momentum, especially from the first half. Cloud9, they were able to really take over the second half in the first map because of this, and there it is. Jazzykins just clotheslined Mary. That's a freebie. No trade in sight.
Hey, you can't go through this, right?
So we have the Trailblazer coming out from
Okay,
Alexis.
they did go
spawning
for
one
it.
towards the ladder, but it's still going to be Giuliano. Dropping now Katsumi, close range Mel.
Gotta
headshot
call
and
that
a
the TP
away,
happened.
but that
Yeah,
also
called
means
that the TP
C9
happened, so now they should know that
force
this was
the
fine.
B-site.
I saw good
Gonna
util
try
from
to cut towards for
G2.
now.
It was very nice
Even though
recon from
Cloud9 White
Petra
are
as well.
down numbers here, the controller in Viper, Bob, is still up. That means
I
the
actually
wall can be
think Glance
kind of
and
messed
Petra
around
did
with,
like
and you can
really good on
play some
B-site.
mind games at this point. Cloud9 absolutely gonna take advantage of that. Cut noise, as you say, Vans, and give Bob some time.
Yeah, that's a great point, Christine Ashley. By having this Viper still alive, you sell this fake by putting the wall up, still has a snake bite to work with. We'll see the last two maybe go through the doors, but that's also being weighted and graded by Mary as that chamber.
Mary, this line of sight in mid is
See this
so
trip
much
here?
information.
It's
She gets a
pretty.
heads up,
Oh,
and
that's
even
nice.
the gun barrel showing,
This
oh,
trip's
such a
pretty
close
nice
shot,
because
a
when you
lot
come
of
from A,
damage,
you
though.
don't
Mel
see it until you're like
barely
about
limping.
here.
Doesn't miss on
Just
that
'cause it's
shot,
in-
though,
in-
with the
on the
TP
slope.
away.
So it's
Alexis
really
and
nice
Bob,
when people are
4
going
versus
fast
2,
onto site.
disadvantage for C9. 13 seconds left on
Very
the clock.
hard for them to get
Alexis
over to
moves in,
site here.
Also spots Mimi on the top
Okay.
of the bridge.
Well,
We've at least crossed over
they made
for
that
Black.
easy.
This is huge.
Yeah, she's gonna get the
Okay.
spike down, and
Oh, I was a
Bob,
little
so
bit
much pressure
worried.
does get traded
Alexis
out.
needs to get
is 1
3.
versus 3. No utility on her back either.
And that's the
Okay.
first contact against Giuliano.
Double
Unfortunately,
pistol for
all
G2.
shoulder body shots.
Paul is looking more
Another
likely.
pistol
Double
round coming in
pistol.
for
Let's hope that
G2,
they
so
don't
that's
get
3
ecoed
pistols
like we saw
versus
on
1 overall in this series so far for
Ascent.
the G2 house.
Yeah, you're absolutely more than satisfied if you're G2 with those kinds of stats coming in. And, you know, the desk mentioned it again. I think it was Myrna that said, if you're Reyna, you don't want to slow down just because you switch over to the defense side, right?
Yep.
You want to keep going forward. And that's kind
Was
of
the Japan tournament the thing that was happening the same time as Red Bull that I couldn't mention? Yeah.
Left and right.
Yeah, it was.
That confidence is booming.
Yeah. And you saw it from the replay on that first kill. She couldn't have done it without that recon that came out here from Petra. So the teamwork continues on for G2 on this defense. And for this defensive setup for this round,
Okay.
still going to be some heavy utility from the Viper on the A site.
They're
Glance.
fast bidding
And for
into
C9,
a
it's a force fly.
relatively
Running right up towards the doorway.
okay.
Double doors. Now the tailwind activated, but stopped by Mimi. Glance.
Did they
and
put
Bob
everything
trade
into
each
this
other
force
out.
buy? And
As it's looking good, at least for Bob on the long range.
damn,
Sheriff.
that's a shot.
Not until Mary comes towards the staircase.
Dude.
Bob now, who did have
I
two
mean, sure.
kills coming in, looking for the last 3, unfortunately misses that recon dart.
I think the fact that they
it's
forced.
going to be very tough at this point. Petra peeking out. Nice headshot there, but down to
Let's wait.
47 HP. Contacting on the second one as Giuliano is inching up.
Okay.
But it's not needed. Mary
Yeah,
gets the
it's
kill
not
at
my.
Orange,
It's probably
and
my
that is
least
gonna
favorite
be
map to
the
do that
anti-eco
force,
converted
right?
for
The
G2.
Spectre force, just because of the ranges of all the jaws.
You know, I
but
like the idea coming out for Cloud9.
it was
I'm a little
okay.
bit worrisome if that was land jitters
It's
or
it's
what.
definitely my least
Usually
favorite
I'm
map to
not
do
on
the
the
We
desk
Planted
or
Let's
casting
Force.
talking about
Let's Force.
Cloud9 being so uncoordinated,
But I guess they
that's
also went
what
through
we
door
saw here,
first, which
right?
is like
That
the closest
counts,
kind of jaws,
that
so it's not
spike coming
too
through
bad.
A.
But
Double doors had so much contact for so long.
They even
before
had a
Mimi
stinger?
even
Yeah.
reacted, and that sort of disconnect is definitely not what you want to see if you're a Cloud9 fan.
And a
Marshall cycling, yeah, I like that a lot. I prefer having some marshals in there, but they wanted to go really fast, so that's fine. That's a nice knife. What's that? 3? 4? At least 3. They get good information, but they didn't spot chamber, so they can't really push too far. As I say that, they are just taking mid for free. We do have a hero gun, so hero gun goes out. Hero gun gets spotted, and they did some damage to it. So, kind of what we're talking about in terms of cycling the Marshall. We're probably going to see that with the Vandal. I really hope Mimi doesn't push too far here. Yep, okay. Well, that's a gun. This is actually an okay round. And they're going to go onto the site, and they have if this Viper ult comes up, this is done.
Meanwhile, Mel with the lurk. Spotted at the bottom here, a 1 versus 1 against Giuliano.
Viper ult goes out. This should be.
Opens up. Mel
this
has
should
lost
be.
her life, but at least has slowed things down and gave the information for C9 that a flank will be coming very soon. Katsumi and Bricks. 3 players now holding inside the pit, and the first contact.
Okay, there's not much space for them to run in. But there's also, I kind of want to see some spams coming in.
Beautiful recon dart that allows Glance to get the kill.
Recon was great, yeah.
The numbers continue to dwindle down, and Bob is looking for the clutch. At least that's a first.
Hey, they actually dealt with this very well. They dealt with this very well. There wasn't too many places to hide. The kill from Giuliano was really big. I thought this was a good attempt from C9. Maybe Mimi went a little bit too aggro.
And even though Mel almost caught and punished, it's Giuliano. She's cool. She's having fun, Vans. She's just fragging out here.
That's a crazy part. Giuliano's doing a great job here on these aggressive fights. Every time it comes down to these great opportunities, yeah, she's going to lose a teammate in the
Need a
process,
third map?
but
Let's see. We should get a better idea in terms of this buy round. But it's looking likely.
To allow G2 to continue this lead. But finally, at least for C9, they have
building up some okay money as well. We've got no ults other than Giuliano, so she might pop it.
A pause here. Mel and the coach must have really solid idea of what the answer is coming into this one. I'd like to see them go back towards this A, not shy away from that hit. Again, it was just uncoordinated and a little bit unlucky. But
they didn't.
G2,
maybe they had the.
Oh
my god, dude! I thought the dog was just going to get fully blocked in between 2 people. Couldn't get as much info as they wanted, but they managed to go out. They actually did the most perfect call that was possible into this. So we'll see what G2's retakes like.
Does Jazzy know she has the spike?
She did tap it, so I would.
They haven't lost a round since that timeout. Yeah, that's true actually.
Clear out from the snake bites coming out on the defense, and potential the wall to come back up once again. Bob now spawning the first contact, at least from the window, and Mel fights back against Giuliano.
Oh, wow.
That's an important kill to have. Bob with 1 onto Mary, but it's still going to be G2 rolling in here towards that wall. But look at that, we slipped through. It's the QB sneak. We've made it towards the A site, and to cut rotations is going to be Alexis, but she loses the fight.
She does lose the fight.
Really weird round now.
Because
these 2 are split, and honestly, G2 won't think that they're split.
G2 are wondering what the heck is going on. How
yeah,
has it not been planted?
It is a weird one.
The comms are coming through. Cloud9 White, they want to regroup once more.
Because it's taken, yeah, pretty much what Pot is saying. Because it's taken them so long to plant on a site that they have, you really have to heavy think that they're going towards A. So that's why they're clearing it out now. Keep an eye on the time. I don't think we're going to see anything crazy, but let's at least a recon out from them.
This is a great opportunity for Petra to get kills here off the pulse plant. And she spots the first one. Elisa spikes planet for C9. Rotation then comes back out from Mimi from the spawn. She does have utility to work with, has a 0 point, and the recon also just came out. Both of them spotting nobody towards the arches.
Oh, what a shot.
A beautiful shot there onto Katsumi.
They saw the jet close, so damn, nice.
And it's going to be G2 with the round.
What a read. What movement coming through here for G2. And you saw G2 are playing S-tier Valorant right now. You can see it with their immediate reactions, right? We talked about Jazzykins making it towards A, Mimi immediately reacting.
Yeah, pretty much.
Those kinds of fast
they have they average like 3-3, I think.
Sort of edge in the server.
So
but Cloud9,
they're gonna have a low buy. Yeah, it's looking super likely.
The spike, it didn't go down, Vance.
Yeah, you're right, because you're mentioning it. Hey, does Jazzykins know that she has a spike? I know that she tapped it. We saw it on the screen and she looks to clear it back. I don't know if there's one of those moments where you're
pulse coming in maybe a little bit too late.
Okay, let's try to plant after that.
They've lost so many rounds in a row.
G2, but I just feel that maybe there was just too much contact from G2 towards B main. that it just flustered C9 on the rest of the pulse plant, or at least try to get the plant into the B site.
Yeah, certainly so. A good timeout coming out here for Cloud9 White. If
The
you're
best
G2,
EU team?
just talking about,
Honestly, I think.
what are the win conditions here
Well,
for
last
Cloud9?
time
What are
G2
we
played,
going into
What are
this
they?
next
Guild
round? It's the
won,
Sky
so
Ultimate, right? We've got
at
the
least
Sky
gives you
Ultimate
some
coming
insight.
online right now. Alexis on this role hasn't been quite
So
as
it seems like
impactful
they're
as we've
both like
seen on
really
map 1
close.
and 2 in the earlier series, but Sky, that information, it should allow you to start making some proactive moves. You know, Jazzikin's on this Jet, a little bit more quiet than we're used to on the role of Jet. And you know, Jet thrives with information. You're able to make those proactive, aggressive plays that we're seeing Giuliano do time and time again.
Yeah, and even on the aggressive plays, the idea that Giuliano and Mary had earlier on to double push towards the elbow, and Mary being first
You lot
contact,
love
and
it
she gets
so
spotted,
much, it's not.
TP's away, Giuliano comes in for the kill if they can. We got to be wary for that for C9 after this timeout. But G2 continuing to show that they're strong on this map, that this map literally is a breeze for them.
It certainly has.
Okay, Deep
started
Knife's
as
actually
such.
gonna hit
Mainly
2 at the
holding
moment.
on to this Knife, I like this lineup as well.
That's so
Vans,
nice. Hits 3 as well.
completely unbreakable, and it gets really
So
deep
good
in
information
the
here.
walls. That
This is a
information,
great ult
3
as well.
members
This is actually a
on
really
the
nice
board
ult.
there
Again,
for
Viper
G2.
ults, there's... Oh, okay.
That's just gonna
Viper
allow
ults,
Glance to be ready
and like you
inside
can
the
go on a
pit.
server if you're a Viper
Trailblazer
main, you're
spot
super
her,
keen.
but
You want to
no
have
concuss,
choke points
no
covered,
sprays.
and you want to have
G2
multiple
still
areas
holding
for you
ground
to
while
stand
C9
in that are
decides to
safe.
rotate
So
back
this is like a
towards this mid.
perfect example of a good Viper ult.
The Sky
Right, it
Ultimate
has
is
both.
very
Both
strong
choke points
versus a
covered, so they
Viper
have to take a
ultimate.
good
You
amount
can
of
see
damage
that
before they get
Cloud9,
to
they
this
don't
point.
really wanna mess
And
with that.
then
They're leaving Glance's area
so many
open
places
map,
for
and
you to hide
they wanna
behind.
regroup
So yeah,
and
this
try
is
to
really
make
good.
this B split happen. There it is, the ultimate
Trip is
online.
here. Is Recon still up?
This is
Petra
good.
has Recon.
That would
It's
allow
good.
for C9
It's really
to
good.
flood into
And
the
nice
site to find
flashes.
the 2 members of G2 inside B. But
Didn't
G2
want to go
avoids
through.
all of that.
This was a nice
We
shutdown.
cancel out the push from C9
Yeah,
because
they
of it.
actually stopped a hit with the Recon and Reina
Good
flash.
defense,
They at least
solid
broke the
defense here
trip
for
though, so
G2.
let's see if they want to hit
Definitely
again.
holding
They know that
C9
they don't have the
back
Recon
at
right
bay,
now,
but
so
they're
there's
gonna
like a
go
sweet
once
spot
more.
of like
A
20
double pump
seconds where
coming
they
through
can
here
just
for
push into
C9
the site.
as well.
So this
Giuliano on the ladder, and
this
unfortunately,
calling,
Mel
dude,
somehow
Mel is
stepped
really
through,
good at calling.
and also
Like honestly,
Giuliano wasn't ready for that.
this was really good. This
B site
second
now
hit of
open.
just walk
C9
contact
easy
was so
plant.
smart.
And of
Dude, that was
course,
good.
this time Jazzikin definitely knows she has a spike. Just got it planted.
I was impressed with that.
Exactly, and this post should be easy breezy for Cloud9. Bob has such good positioning, but she gets laid out by Mimi. 3 versus 4.
Null command also available for Mimi that could actually cancel a lot of the utility.
They win this,
for
right?
C9
They're
on the
holding on
pulse
to the
plant.
main spot.
Will it be used? Potentially off a first contact kill, but that's a nice combination of flashline Jazzikins to swing out and get the headshot. And no null command to come out. Glance answers back for 2.
There's a wall.
Only she is left on his 2 versus 1.
Hey, that's
Spike
kind of
is
smart.
Still taken down, looking to win
Oi,
this
oi,
battle
oi.
against Mel. And a 1
Oh.
versus 1. And Katsumi
Holy
at least
hell.
finally stops the bleeding on what would have been a great attempt by Glance.
NT indeed for Glance.
Dude, imagine
Such
that.
high cerebral moves, immediately dropping the wall. To
Yeah, that
cover
was
on
was
site,
smart.
but
That was
instead
good.
of
The
going
wall,
for
the wall up
flag,
insta go
she
face the
goes to
person that's going to go
finish
through the
off
wall.
Mel,
That was
just
good.
ice in her veins.
Again,
Nice
Mel's
maneuvers
Mel's
coming
decision
from
on that
Glance,
call
and
here
those
was
kinds of
great.
individual moves, I mean, that's
Shut
really
down
what's
super early, but they knew that they were shut down by a
settling
Reina
for
flash and
map
a
two.
recon.
They've
Obviously,
been
the big
winning
charge
out
down
on
on the
these
recon,
individual duels.
just knowing that there was
What I
at least
mentioned
20
on
seconds
those kills
until
that
it came
Glance was
back up,
able to
so they
get,
decided just to
that
walk
the
in.
round, despite it
I
going
thought
in
this was
favor
great.
here of C9, that they're
So
actually
C9
buying
finally
this
went
round,
around
and if
after
they
their own
lose, they're not
pulse.
gonna have too much to work with. Very important now for C9
Mel
to
gets the
capitalize
what's the
onto
money
a
like?
round.
Even though they've
Getting
won
a
a
lot
lot,
of
the
players
money's
alive,
actually
if
pretty
not
low.
G2,
So this is a pretty
they
huge
win
round.
this
If you want to
map
do
for
the
sure.
comeback, this is a must-win for
Invested
C9.
in Bob. Looking to
Oh,
get
the
a
timing's
look
gonna be
around.
great here.
Oh, the timing for Petra. It's a lot of information. Bob is not slowing
Shot.
down. Really aggressive stuff. Bob feeling like she needed to make that frag happen, but she just gets taken out. And now Cloud9 are in a pickle here, Vans. No smokes on the table. When your Viper goes down first, it can get really tricky.
Yeah, and that's
It's such
experience for
that's a
Petra as
dude.
well.
That is
You know,
such
talked about
a
the
big
sound
agent to
here
go
on
down.
land. Petra just decides to fall back with the angle,
It's
get
crazy.
that kill, and Glance meanwhile got another one into the round. That is going to be another fall towards the caves. So we just have to try to push in and go for picks. But look at the positioning from G2. They're just so good right now. The control now, even the map on defense. Only 1 left to go. And like I said, the economy's so low for Alexis. You just have to try to survive for the
The
next
big,
35 seconds.
the big,
Can you do
the
it?
big
Everybody's
important
closing in on
rounds.
you. And Petra
Big,
is just
big
waiting
important
there at the
rounds.
top of nest. The contact
Viper
for the first
solo
kill, but
play.
that allows
Damn.
the swing to put
I mean,
G2 at
obviously,
that
if the
point.
duel went the other way, we
Love to
probably
see
wouldn't be
those,
talking
once
about it,
again,
but it's just such a
crossfires coming
crazy
through
risk.
strong. Of course,
6
it's a cherry
chances,
on top when
G2
you're
looking
getting clean
strong
frags
as hell on
and
this
that
map.
headshot percentage coming through the roof, but the crossfires again, Giuliano and Mimi just ping-ponging off of each other's contact towards those mid doors. It's
The
just
map was kind of
beautiful,
over
simple
anyway.
Valorant
So
coming out of the
11-6. Okay, it was 11-6, right? They would have won
This
that.
is it, Vance.
So it would have been
You
11-7.
mentioned
Then it
it,
would have
the
been
money.
equal. So 11-8, and then it's like really doable.
Jazzykins does
Would have been
have
close
those
with
knives,
ults.
and
Like, I
this
know
is the
it
round
looked
that
kind of done, but actually,
C9
like, it
need
was
those knives to be a hero.
it was a massive round.
All the eggs into a basket, and that's going to be to head towards this B site. It's going to be quick, but it's still going to be
Oh,
Petra.
that's actually...
First blood into the round. Woo! And
Aye,
Petra's not
okay,
going to get out
okay.
of anybody's way.
That was
While the
crispy.
Katsumi and Bob, they
Good
fight
damage
back,
done as well here.
but still
These two
at
have to pull
disadvantage for
a
C9.
miracle. Cat
Null command already
Cat
comes
has
out, so
her
there's not
ult.
going to be any Hunter's Fury. So as they're pushing through,
Cat had her
Giuliano
ult.
gets the first. Bob looking for the clutch to save the round at least for
Comms will
C9
come
to
in.
stay alive
Oh my.
into this.
10
The
HP.
third kill into the round, 10 HP left. And the Viper's been available, trying to get the kill, but it's
Okay,
still gonna
actually
be
pretty dominant from
Redemption
G2.
comes in as G2 brings this to a third
Okay, at
map.
least we get Pearl. We get the third map. This is what we wanted. But both maps have been kind of dominant.
It feels like for G2 it was Glance or Giuliano
Yeah.
to just completely solidify the end of these rounds time and time again, especially in the second half.
So now we look at this. We've tied things up 1-1, and one of those games where like, oh, it's gonna be an
Yeah,
amazing
Carcass's
series. It's gonna be super close.
Carcass's
We've seen a 6-6
pause
on ascent. We now
had a
see
lot of
7-5
impact at the
on
half.
threes, but then when it comes down to the second half, whoever's map pick it was just pure domination, and that domination translated with Giuliano.
Yeah, and you know, this